I want to share the cutest crafts with you this week using old corks. Hi, I'm Alana, mad crafter and content creator at Upcycling NZ. Welcome to my channel. The first are these gorgeous little birds' houses made out of wine corks. So I've saved some. I have larger sparkling wine corks and the smaller, narrower still wine corks. I have some regular meat skewers and I'll push a skewer as deep as I can into the bottom of the cork. Now that I've created the hole, I'll take it out and add a little dab of PVA glue. I'm just doing that as an added extra, it's probably not even necessary. The glue will dry clear, but I'll just remove any excess. I have some slightly larger skewers for the larger corks, and I'll do the same with those. I'll also take some jute twine, and I'll do it about the length of the skewer, tie a knot in the end, and I'm going to use this as a hanger on a couple of corks. Then I'll end up with some you can poke into pot plants, or some you could hang from trees, or whatever you want to use them for. I'm using these little pine cones as roofs for my little birds' houses. They're a little bit hard to cut through, so I'm just breaking off all of that extra woody bit with some tin snips, and then I'm going to take some wire cutters and break through the core. I'll trim back the core a bit, that way they'll sit flat. I'm going to start with the hanging birds' houses, so I'll put a line of glue across the top of the cork, and I'm just going to lay the knot down, and I'll flatten that off so that the loop sits at the top. Now if I trim off the excess, I'll be able to put the roof over top of the knot and conceal it underneath. And I'll use a bit more hot glue to attach the roof. If you don't have access to pine cones, you could use half walnut shells, or I thought if you had acorns you could take the caps off those, or make one out of cardboard and paint it, that'd be cute too. Now I'm just burning off the excess fibres from my twine, and I'll continue to add those to the rest of my corks. If you wanted to use these outside, I'd use a glue that was designed for the outdoors. I'm not sure if they make a hot glue that you can use for outside because it heats up in the sun. If you're aware of any, please let me know in the comments. I think these pine cones are doing the trick, and these are starting to look adorable already. While I'm waiting for that glue to set up properly, I'll take some black paint. Any black paint will do the trick. And I'm just going to paint a little hole on each of the corks. You could use a black permanent marker or drill a hole if you wanted. I also had some large poppy seed pods, they're dried out, and I'm going to cut the bottoms off with a Stanley knife and remove the seeds. I'll use these for my narrow wine corks. They weren't big enough for my large corks, but they fit nicely onto my narrow corks. But how cute do they look? I'll just attach these in the same way. If you wanted to go more colourful, you could paint these, but I like the natural colours. On some of the birds' houses, I'm going to use a skewer and push it in under the little holes and glue them in the same way. Then I'll trim them off with my wire cutters to make a little perch outside the entrance to the bird's house. So now here's all the ones that I've made, and some of them I've put a couple of little holes in to make it a double-story bird's house. Now I can start to decorate my little houses, and I've got this leafy twine that I got from the dollar shop. And for this one I'm going to hot glue it around the eaves of the roof. For the next one I'm going to use it around the base of the bird's house. I'll just start it off, and as I'm winding it around I'm just making sure that those leaves stay nice and visible, and once I've reached the edge I'll trim it off. This is a type of tree lichen that grows around my property, and I find it dried out on the driveway all the time, so I'm going to use some of that around the base of this one. I'll use some around the eaves of this narrow one. Before I move on to any next steps, I'm taking some faux cut antiquing wax, and I'm going to mix that 50-50 with a bit of water, and I'll use a sponge to stain all of the skewer sticks and perches that I've made. Back to decorating, and I got this little faux pottery tree and something when I was thrifting, and I'll trim off some of the little leaves and apply them to this little bird's house underneath. I'll add in the tiniest bit of lichen just to hold all those loose pieces together at the base. I'll take some more of my leafy twine, and I'm going to start that off at the top of the skewer, and then I'm going to wind it all the way around it on the way down, gluing it in places just to keep it secure. I continued to decorate all of my little birds' houses using all of these techniques, and then when I'd finished I just went through everything and just burnt off any glue strings and any twine strings that were hanging out. Cautionary warning though, when you're doing this, don't do it to your lichen because it will burn, okay? Now they're all done, I want to think about how I want to display them. I have a market coming up. So I've got a bonsai pot here and I've filled it with sand, and then I've collected some living moss from out in my garden. I'll add that to the surface of the sand, and I'll use a skewer to poke in all of the edges and to aerate it and dig it into the soil. I'll keep this alive before and after my market by keeping it damp and in a shady spot on the patio somewhere. I'll show you how they look shortly with my gorgeous little birds' houses in it. What do you think of this craft? It's not my original idea, but I think they've turned out beautifully. Let me know. For this next one, I've got a big cork that I've had in my stash for a while. I think it's off some old pottery. And I'm going to pair it with an old candle holder, which I've scrubbed clean, and use it as a cloche. I have a die cut design, and this is a sticky backed one that I got from a thrift haul at some stage. And I'm going to cut part of it out because I want it to curve around the angle on the bottom of my cork. This way I'll be able to manipulate it easier. I'm going to use some PVA glue as well and make sure that this doesn't lift off. I went all over the top with the glue as well, and that'll seal any air gaps in the sticker. And now I'm going to add this little button cover thing that came off some broken jewellery, I think. And I'm just going to put some glue on the end of my paintbrush and hold it carefully and just get the glue all around those edges. I'll attach it to my cork, and this will become the front of my little cloche. Once I've got it centred on there, I'll take a little bit more glue and make sure that I'm filling in the little gaps between the cork and my little button. Next, I found a nice hard twig out in the garden, and I'm going to cut it down so it fits inside my cloche. So it takes a little bit of eyeballing. So I finally got it to fit, and I'm going to take one of my little homemade nests. I made these in a previous video, and I'm going to make sure that it will fit on top inside the cloche. I'm taking my drill and drilling a hole for my twig to sit in. I want it to sit on a slight angle, and because I'm pressing it down into the cork, it'll create a gap between the top of my twig and the top of the cloche. I'm continually checking that the cloche is going to fit over top. And in this case, I needed to trim just a little bit more off. I want to paint my base in black before I glue my twig in, and any black paint will do. This is a black acrylic exterior, interior, so it's going to be washable. I'm painting over all of that detail in the sticker, and I want to bring that back out again a little further on in the video. I'll also paint over the little brass button, but I'll wipe a little bit of that back to show some of the brass coming through. I painted a little inside the hole, and once it was dry I can start to glue my little twig in, and I'm just using hot glue. I'm taking care to make sure that it's going to sit in the right position with my nest on top, so that the cloche lid will close properly on it, and I still needed to trim a little bit more off. Once I was happy with how that's going to be positioned, I'll just hot glue that onto the tips of my three little parts of my twig. I have another twig here with some nice sort of bendy, twisty bits on it, and I want to build up that stalk at the bottom by adding these on. Now I want to fill in my base with something, so I'm taking some more of this lichen, and I want to add a few rocks as well. It's really hard to see, but these are quite shiny. They have a bit of a reflective quality to them, these rocks. And I'm just going to find a place on the base where I can put a couple of these on, and I'll just hot glue them in. I'll alternate them with a bit of that lichen. If you do a lot of crafting, this lichen is a great substitute for the moss that you buy in craft stores. It's a beautiful colour and it's free. I may even test out dyeing it in the future so that I can create some Spanish moss or some greener moss. Watch out for that video in the future. So I'll continue on and fill in all the gaps except for the very outer edge of my cork. And I'll place another little rock strategically on top of the other two. Now I'll give the base a second coat of black paint, and I'll start with that very edge all the way around the lichen. Now it's dry, I'm going to take some metallic folk art gold paint, and I only need a tiny bit. And I'll take a very small amount of the paint and lightly apply that to my base. And now to bring out that detail from the sticker, I'm using a wet wipe, and I'm just going to rub back some of the gold paint until that's revealed. And now I can add these gorgeous little handmade eggs. They're made from foam balls, some chalk paint, and I sprinkled a little bit of dark paint on them with a toothbrush or a paintbrush. You can find a whole video on making eggs from a previous video on my channel. And I'm using elephant glue all the way around that very bottom edge to glue my cloche lid on. And is this not the cutest little thing? I'd really love to know what you think of this, so please let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, that's a great place to ask them. Now let's have a closer look. Hey, thanks for watching, and thanks for liking, subscribing and commenting on my videos. I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. I'm going to leave you with a creation from a young man I work with. His name's Tom, and he's whittled this beautiful cross out of natural wood. He's as cute as a button and reminds me of an ex-boyfriend I had a long time ago. Okay, until next time, love you guys. Bye for now.